Hello, good afternoon. It is 1:30. It is a slightly, I've got my headphones all on the wrong way. It's a slightly longer than normal deadline stream. It's an hour and a half long. There's going to be so many questions, which I know are going to be repeated as different people come into the chat as it goes on and on. Like, we've only just started and there's already 1,400 people in here, which is absolutely insane. No, I don't have any team news for you. I don't know if we're going to get any absolute controversy this afternoon, as everyone's expected account that was going to give leaks is not there anymore. I've just seen Klopp for Liverpool on the Liverpool Twitter account has said, need fresh legs. Say you've got to play football at speed or something like that. He said, we're going to, I can't remember exactly what he said. I don't want to listen to it now, but something about fresh legs, basically. Does that mean Salah or Mane are going to be benched? Probably not. Could it be someone like, I don't know, Firmino out and Minamino in? Possibly. Already one question. Sim D, how is it going? I'll bring my team up on screen in a minute. I've not made any transfers. Still 2 transfers to be had. Sim D, thanks very much. Mahrez for Martial or Mahrez for Martial, Jesus. For Martial, Jesus for Vardy, Sterling. Oh my days. Yeah, I tell you now, anyone that's doing a super chat, you need to make these way more simple. Mahrez for Martial, Jesus for Vardy. Okay, I guess they're single. Or Sterling Silva for De Bruyne Martial -4. Sterling Giroud for De Bruyne Vardy -4. Sterling Mahrez for De Bruyne Bruno. Oh my days, come on, that's like, I'm never going to be able to get to that. Thing is, I can't give this a proper think, so I mean, I don't like Vardy today. I know he's playing. I know people are going to say Maguire and Lindelof's good for him. I don't really like him. I don't really like Giroud this week either, so I'd say no to that. Sterling Mahrez for De Bruyne Bruno. I quite like getting rid of De Bruyne and Bruno simply because of ownership, but everyone's going to own Sterling this week. So if you want to captain Sterling, go for one of the Sterling moves. Personally, I think probably Sterling Silva for De Bruyne Martial is probably... I would either go for the Sterling Silva one or the Sterling Mahrez one if you're going to captain Sterling for me. Nihao, thanks very much. De Bruyne to Sterling, Bruno to Martial. These are so long. De Bruyne, I might turn off super chats because these are just going to get too long. I'm never going to be able to. Not that I really appreciate it, but they're so long. De Bruyne to Sterling, Bruno to Martial, and Jesus to Jimenez for -4. 22-point lead in the mid league. Player Blomy has all of them. I mean, if you want to block, go for it. Just hope that if he's got any other different players, that they don't kind of burn you, I suppose. De Bruyne to Sterling sounds fine. Bruno to Martial. I mean, Bruno to Martial doesn't really need to be done, whether he's got them or not. Jesus to Jimenez. You're bringing in Jimenez for Jesus. That doesn't sound like a good move to me. I'm not sure if I got that right. That doesn't sound like a good move though. If you're bringing in Jimenez for Jesus, we'll have to see. Anyway, we'll have to see. I'd say anyone that's using the super chats, I do really appreciate it. I guess try and make them as simple as possible. Like a million different scenarios is hard to, and I will kind of want to do them quickly. So, you know, if I'm not thinking about that much, it might not be as good. Okay, hang on. Let me get rid of this. Boom. Job done. Should you block with free hit? 29 minly. I would play your own game for the most part. I wouldn't necessarily completely block. I don't think. It depends who you're blocking though. If you think they're a good option, then go for it. I have no issue with it really. Some people will say it's a boring way to play, but look, if you win your mini league, who cares? Yes, there will be a match day stream on Scout later at 3:40. So this one finishes at 3-ish, although there'll be lots of team news to go through at 3 o'clock. So obviously every single team is going to be available. So there's going to be a lot to do at 3 o'clock. But yeah, I'll be jumping off and doing a match day stream. But anyway, who cares about that right now? It's deadline stream time for now. Make sure to give the video a like. I'll bring up my team, will I? I've made no transfers yet. I've kind of got a sheet of. In fact, I better bring that sheet up. This is why I shouldn't have started earlier. I need to bring my son's team up on another screen because. Oh, what happened there? On another screen because if someone doesn't start, I'm not going to be able to tell him about the changes needed. So I'm going to quickly do that now while we're live streaming. Because why wouldn't you do that, you know? While everyone's watching, do something completely uninteresting instead. And I've done the password wrong. Long password, you see. Okay, let me grab it here. FPL. Okay, I'm logged into his team on another account now. Right, where's the chat gone? Hello, chat. Yeah, so I've done no transfers yet. I mean, currently my captain is boring. Even though he's done really well, there's a part of me that doesn't want to captain him. But we'll see. Don't get rid of Trent for a hit, in my opinion. He'll come on and could get an assist. If Trent doesn't start, he's gone. I don't care what he can come on and do. He is gone. I'll say thanks very much, Trent. I appreciated the 13 points last week, but you are out of here. If Nico Williams starts ahead of Trent, that is one of my transfers. That gives me like 3.6 million to play around with. But I'll just quickly show you what I've been thinking this morning. I don't have my transfers in place. I need to bring out that Google sheet as well. Anyone would think I'd be prepared by now, wouldn't you? Let me bring that up. So I've got like a list of players that I'm okay with getting rid of, that I might bring in, but I don't know for sure yet. Why are people ignoring Ingsy? Oh, I don't know if you're allowed to call him Ingsy on free hit. I don't know if they're completely ignoring him. Jason's still in. If Trent is out, just replace with Aurier or do Ings to Kane as well for a -4, leading mid-league by 6 points. Just replace with... I mean, Aurier's a good replacement. I quite like Nico Williams, but obviously without their first choice 11, they might not be so good for clean sheets, but it is Newcastle. Or do Ings to Kane as... Oh, you're asking me. Or do Ings to Kane as well. I don't think Kane is worth a -4 over Ings, to be honest. Just my opinion. But if you really fancy Kane or you want to captain him, absolutely go for it. So if he's out, if Trent's out, then Nico Williams will come in. I think I'm just going to go for him. I'm sure I saw a tweet from a guy called Bakary Lasagna, who I followed for ages, for years in fact. And he said like Nico Williams had 3.7 shots per 90 minutes, which is pretty decent. Yeah, and he's going to go for it. It could be an all-out game, that one. Harsha, thanks very much. De Bruyne and Trent to Sterling and Aurier is a good move for 2 free transfers. If you really want Sterling, yeah. I don't see why not. I think... I will say this as an overview. For anyone that's taken out players like Trent, if he starts, De Bruyne, they're of course available. Because sorry, I was reading something else then. because they're all capable of big scores. So you can take them out if you really want like Sterling instead, but don't be surprised if they do well. Like if I take De Bruyne out, I would not be surprised if we got double figure haul today. De Bruyne and Rashford out for Kane and David Silva. Yeah, I quite like that. I don't know what to make of the Man United match. I don't think it's going to be as easy as maybe Spurs made it look. I think they're probably not going to play Bennett. It sounds like Bennett's not. They're going to play 3 at the back, which wasn't great against Spurs, by the way. But they're going to play Albrighton right wing back and Justin right centre back. I think that would probably be pretty good for them. So I don't think it'll be quite as bad as when they played Spurs. But this, yeah. So if I get Williams, that gives me 3.6 million. Unfortunately, I can't do Fernandes to Mane or Salah. Actually, no, Mane's dropped in price. Oh, I missed that completely. Mane's dropped in price. He was 12. I'm sure he was 12.2 yesterday. Was he? Maybe I got that completely wrong. He was 12.2 at some point. So I could do that for free. Or I could get Salah in and captain him. And you get a minus 0.4 from somewhere else. So I could do Sice down to like Lamptey. Unfortunately, I can't quite get to... another... What's it called? Defender. Burnley defender. I'm considering that and just captaining the Salah instead of Sterling, still going my 3-man City boys. But a lot of this depends on potential early team news, because if Jesus is out, then suddenly he goes, and I bring in Sterling and Chris Wood. So I've got loads of different options. That tells you how much I check price rises. I didn't even see that he changed. Sometimes I see it on FPL status on Twitter, but yeah. Obviously, I missed that today. Oh, this is what Klopp said, by the way. With the lineup, I try to make sure that we have fresh legs on the field and that we can really go for it. Oh, I'm telling you, there's going to be some big news today, whether or not we get it. And bearing in mind, we're still an hour and 20 minutes out. We're probably like another 50 minutes or so away from getting any kind of proper news. Braithwaite, 4 million, Everton for Sice. Yeah, no, that's probably where I would go. Branthwaite instead of, like Lamptey or... who's the other? Like Brandon Williams. I wouldn't be going double. I wouldn't be going double Man United defence. So that's what I'm thinking right now. For now, I'll just keep. I don't know. I'm not going to answer too many. I'm not going to do too many changes to my team until later on, anyway. Start Dean Henderson, who's away to Ings, or McCarthy home to Sheffield. I'd probably start McCarthy, to be honest. I definitely would start McCarthy. Trent will start to break his assist records. Yeah, possibly. I mean, these records are obviously important, but they're not. I mean, it's not necessarily what Klopp and Pep are thinking about. You know, I'm sure Pep would love De Bruyne to get the assist record, but who knows? Who knows? Henderson or David De Gea this week? You're not asking me from an FPL point of view. Let's not get into that right now. Okay. This is the problem with doing these streams and talking about. There is no Trent news. There was a big Liverpool account that did a predicted lineup that had no Trent, but there's no guarantee. So I wouldn't start worrying about it just yet. It could happen, but we don't know for sure. I'm trying not to scaremonger people. I'm just it's just what I'm considering, basically. That's all. Would you recommend Bolly and Ings or Egan and Greenwood? Bolly and Ings, so Chelsea and Sheffield United or Southampton and Leicester. I think Bolly and Ings, just about. Where do you reckon early team news will come from? I don't know, basically. I'll keep an eye on Twitter. Like, in previous game week, because all the games run at the same time, there is more chance of some team news. But it's not guaranteed, but before we've had it from, like, journalists and stuff. So, yeah, there's that. Captain Aubameyang, if you want to go for it against Watford. The only thing that would worry me about, not worry me, the only thing I've had a few concerns about Arsenal is how many changes will they make for the FA Cup. I'm not saying that Aubameyang will be benched, but I think they'll probably make enough elsewhere. The team's going to be quite different. One eye on the FA Cup maybe against a Watford team that, I don't know, I don't think they're necessarily going to be hard to break down, but they're obviously going to want to be. Charles de Monmore, I hope I got that right. Would you do Rashford or Martial? Strong defence with Greenwood or weak with Pulisic? Would you do Rashford or Martial? If I had to choose one right now, I'd probably go Rashford. Strong defence with Greenwood or weak with Pulisic? I mean, again, I guess it depends on the defenders. I still don't. I don't know. I've kind of been not against Pulisic, but not really strong on him the whole way through. And he's got points every week. There's nothing to say he won't get him this week. I think Pulisic is a better option than Greenwood, so it depends what you're going to do in your defence. Finally, views on Salah. I like Salah. I think he's being massively overlooked this week. I think anyone that's kind of looking at a team with Salah in and saying, why have you not got Sterling? Like, I get how good Sterling is, but Salah's very good too, you know? But if Liverpool make loads of changes, will that affect him and Mane? Who knows? But I like him. Cedar Stuff, thanks very much. Thanks for all the shows this season. Learned loads in my first year of FPL. Thank you very much, and good luck to you too. Like as always, I hope you're all going to get loads of points, just a few less than me, which hasn't happened very often this season. But you never know, right? Maybe this is the week where I finally do something good. Tough questions. Yeah, they are tough. The thing is, the reason the questions are so tough today is because loads of players are just not easy sells. I was thinking last week about selling Son. Like, that's when I bought him in. I was going to sell him, but now I'm thinking he's a differential. I don't really want to get rid of him. Like Martial and Fernandes, you can make arguments to keep or sell. Any Man City player that starts could be worth keeping. So there's no like easy option. Like if someone says, "Should I get this player for Sterling?" Well, yeah, if you really want Sterling or if you really want to captain him, sure. But getting rid of De Bruyne could have a huge score today. Play Maguire or Eric Peters. I'd play Peters, honestly. If I wasn't so invested in this goal, I'd play Peters. Triple captain Sterling, De Bruyne, Salah, or David Silva if we get no early team news. Sterling or Salah for me. I think they're the... Like David Silva, honestly, if you take away the fact this could be his last league game, there is... On another day, if this was game week 37 or game week 36, there is no way David Silva would be in the captaincy debate. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he can't rack up a good score. I'm not saying he hasn't. But on another game week that's not game week 38, with all this nostalgia, last game, he's going to be going it type talk, which if you think is a big thing, then go for it. There's no way David Silva would be captain this week. No way. So I prefer Salah or Sterling out of those four, personally. But that's just me. Yeah, I saw Leighton Baines could be his last game. So yeah, maybe he's now the new David Silva. Is there a genuine chance that the site crashes before the deadline? Thanks very much, WH. I mean, I guess it could happen. I would hope it wouldn't though. George Varghese, thank you very much. How much of a hit makes sense? -4, -8, -12. De Bruyne to Silva or Sterling? I mean, it's got to be Sterling if anyone, right? Sterling's much better than David Silva. I know I'm going to get so much stick and so many tweets when David Silva ends up scoring, but all things considered, if all things were equal in terms of starts and minutes and stuff, David Silva, for me, is one of the worst options at Man City. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's not the best one. How much of a hit makes sense? I mean, as always depends on who you're getting rid of and who you're bringing in. But I wouldn't want to be taking too many more than a -4 this week. You've got to make sure you get it all back this week. There's none of this. It's over 3 or 4 game weeks. So, yeah, you got to be really sure about it. Married to the game, thanks very much. Last chance to watch live. Thanks again, Andy, for the hard work and time. Won your mini leagues by a mile. That's what it's all about. Getting those mini leagues wrapped up by game week 38. You're using a -4 to bring Kane captain and David Silva to chase the top 10k. Good luck. I like that Kane captain choice. Very different. That's an interesting one. I think in my first few seasons, I had mini leagues wrapped up by game week 38. I used to just take hits galore in the last few weeks. Which actually, now I'm actually a bit annoyed that I did that because I probably didn't need to take all those hits and could have got a few more top 10k finishes. But it is what it is. FPL subscribe. Look, are you the real FPL subscribe? I don't know, so I'm not gonna get into this whether or not Nico is starting or not. But you do think Nico is starting. So would you do a -8 for Sterling, Kane, and Peters for Jesus if not playing Fernandes and Trent captain on Sterling? A minus if you want to captain it, you get Kane as well. Why not? The thing is, especially if you're chasing players like De Bruyne, players like Fernandes and Trent, they've got such high ownership. They're not going to give you big green arrows anyway. Especially if you think there's a chance they won't do well. And if Trent's on the bench, that's a huge one, right? Jonathan Fortune Smith, thank you very much. Good differential captains. I think any of the differentials I mentioned on the preview video, Mane. I do think Salah will be somewhat of a differential, not a huge one, but somewhat of. Kane, Son, I think they're all good differential captains. To be honest, even if you look at Man City, Mahrez and Jesus are huge differentials. Mahrez in particular, to be honest. Yeah, we're all going to be looking at that Trent, just in case Trent is. Someone's just messaged me to say I'm just checking if you're checking Twitter while live on YouTube. I am. There you go. I won't be replying to any messages on YouTube on Twitter though. It's absolutely insane the amount I've had. SimD, bench Foden, Greenwood or Vardy. I would probably say Foden because he's the one I don't expect to start, but I could be wrong on that. Pulisic or David Silva. I would have David Silva for this week. And again, like, I do want to make it clear. I don't think David Silva is a bad option, but I do think he's been blown up this week in terms of, just how good he really is. This last game is getting to people. Like I mentioned that I thought Mahrez was being overlooked. And a lot of people said, no, David Silva's better, his form's better, and he has scored more points. If you look at in the last few weeks, but if you look at the kind of underlying stats, Mahrez is due a big one, I think, especially if he gets good minutes today. But that is obviously the worry. Tom S. Going to captain Kane after bringing him in for Jimenez. Nice. Would you take a -4 to bring Mahrez in for Bruno or Martial? I would only do that if you're really trying to chase rank or get a green arrow or go for a differential in the middle league and you're sure he's starting. I'd want to know Mahrez is starting before I took a -4 for him, to be honest. You don't think Mahrez... I think... So the team news, the predicted lineups on Scout, which Neil does, they have Mahrez starting. And I agree. I think... I wouldn't be surprised if it's a strong front six. So David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Mahrez, Jesus and Sterling. I think there's a chance they all start. I could be wrong, but I could be right. There you go. As always, with anything I say, I could be wrong, I could be right. There you go. There's some great insight into that. Might be right, might not be right, basically. Last push to get into the top 10k. Who should I captain, David Silva or Sterling? What I would say is Sterling. I've seen some people that still think Sterling's going to be a differential. 100%, he's not a differential anymore. He's already been brought in. Let me check actually. He'd already been bought in by like 147,000 people yesterday, and that surely has gone up now. And imagine how many people are waiting for team news as well. He's been brought in by 229,000 people. Imagine how many of them are in the top 10k, top 100k. A lot. So he's not a differential anymore. That doesn't mean you shouldn't captain him if you're chasing top 10k. Like you could captain him to play it safe because you think he's going to be the best player and have plenty of other differentials. Like for me, I'm not going to captain Son, but I know he's a big differential for me, which is why I'm not looking to get rid of him. Which I don't think Fernandes is a bad option this week at all. But I am looking at potentially getting rid because he's not going to really do much for my rank. He could hurt me, but in terms of green arrow, it's not really going to help too much. Just check. I've had so many messages today. It's unreal. Play Greenwood or Jimenez. I don't know. Those two fixtures are so hard to call. Leicester versus Man United and Chelsea versus Wolves. Such a difficult one. I think Chelsea's got the worst defence. I think Leicester haven't actually been as bad as they probably look, and the same on paper. And Greenwood hasn't been great either, even though he keeps getting points, which is obviously what you want. I'd probably go Jimenez, just about. But it's so close, honestly. How many points do I think I will need to get top 100k? I'm like 32 points off. It's so unrealistic at this point, to be honest. I'll be gutted, though, if I get... if I drop in outside the top 200k. Like, top 200k is not where I want to be, but... It'll suck if I have a 2 in front of the rank. It's never happened before. Was it a good idea to take a hit for Mahrez from Foden? I mean, it was if Foden gets benched and Mahrez doesn't. We've still got over an hour to the deadline. It's crazy already. You really think I should remove Maguire? Maguire's going nowhere. Come on. There is some scenarios where I remove Maguire, but they're not very common. I'll tell you that for free. Triple captain Jesus, Mahrez or De Bruyne. Triple captain Jesus, Mahrez or De Bruyne. Triple captain. De Bruyne, without knowing the team sheet, I'd say De Bruyne is probably the safest. Mahrez is a bit of a differential punt. Am I personally going to get Sterling in? I don't know yet. I don't know. Nearly 4,000 people watching already, and there's still an hour to go. Make sure you hit that like button. I can't even see how many likes the stream's had because it's really small screen for some reason. Let me pop this up here. Yeah, give that stream a like. Why not? We should give a stream a like just because the internet seems to be holding up, which is famous last words because it probably won't happen. Just realised deadline was 3 p.m. and not 2 p.m. Yeah, I'd say a few people have probably tuned in a bit early. I just went for a bit of a longer one just because of it's the last game week, We're all excited. Branthwaite or Greenwood, who to bench? You got to bench the defender in that situation, surely. Surely. Son hasn't been seen in training. I'm not worried about who has or hasn't been seen in training. Unless we have news, I'm sticking with it, to be honest. Triple captain Sterling. There's not many better options this week, I would say. There's so many people with chips in play this week. Free hits. Better. One of my mates has got bench boost going. A few people with triple captain. But we actually screwed up. My son's team. He's got free hit this week. Completely forgot he also had a triple captain, so he's going to lose that now. Tobago. Poe? Grealish for Antonio. Villa fighting for survival. I personally wouldn't do that. I think Antonio. They're not fighting for anything West Ham, but Antonio is such a good option. It's not for me. That's not really worth a transfer, but. It's obviously up to you. Liam, how's it going, my man? In David Silva, Son and Wood. Out Jimenez, De Bruyne, McNeil for a -8. I'm not sure about that one. I guess it's mostly to upgrade McNeil. I don't think that's worth a -8. Obviously, if you want to do it, go for it. But yeah, -8 seems like a lot to me. It seems like a lot for that. What's your favourite club bar? If you've been watching these streams long enough, you'll know what my favourite club bar is. Purple, orange, green, or blue. Which one? People in the chat will know. They'll know which the best one is if they've been watching for long enough. Son as a captain differential. Sure, I'm not going to sit here and say no to any kind of captain choices. It's against Crystal Palace. Only one clean sheet in the last, 7 games, something like that. So I don't see a problem there. I must admit, I know I've seen this bib theory for Man City, and the bib theory is that is it Sterling and De Bruyne don't start? That would be chaos. I mean, I guess it's plausible. You don't want to risk your two your best players. I've not really thought about a situation where Sterling and De Bruyne don't start. But in that scenario, I don't know if I would just go De Bruyne straight to David Silva. I might even look at just going with 2 Man City. I think that is one thing 3 Man City look really good this week. It's not the be all and end all if you don't have 3 though, in my opinion. Parvin, it's very good of course if they all start. Parvin Desai, thanks very much. 1 City defender to start. 1 City defender. Mendy maybe? I think Mendy's suspended for Champions League, right? Is Lucas Digne a good option against Bournemouth? I don't know if I'd be bringing in an Everton defender unless I needed Branthwaite for money, really. I think I prefer Aurier around that price. But again, just my opinion. Martin Suckler, thanks very much for that. Really appreciated. Thanks for all the streams this year. Hope to see you back doing them again next season. I will 100% be back doing them next season. Definitely. I've already made plans, basically, for next season. I've already got a strategy and everything written up. It's coming. I mean, a lot of it's going to be the same kind of stuff, but there's stuff to be doing in the off season. I will not be taking much of a break, that's for sure. Foden to Mora, Trent to Aurier, triple Spurs. The only way I'd like to take Trent out is if he's definitely benched. If we don't get that news, I wouldn't do it. But yeah, Foden to Mora sounds good, and Trent to Aurier to fund it sounds good too. I mean, yes, it's triple Spurs you've probably got, but I think. Just having Aurier and Moore is probably fine. 1 defender, 1 mid. De Bruyne needs 2 to break the assist record. Sterling is on 98 City goals. And you've scored 97 this season. Yeah, again, though, Pep's got Champions League to worry about. That's surely more important, than these records. Stephen Gallagher, how's it going? Is triple United and City attack too much? Triple United and City attack? No, I don't think so. Sterling, David Silva, De Bruyne, Martial, Greenwood and Fernandes. David Silva will be coming in this week. I don't think it's too much, no. It depends how you think. The problem with that Man United-Leicester game is it's so hard to call. What if Leicester go 1-0 up and then just sit really deep? Especially if they get an early goal. If Man United get an early goal, does that leave Leicester really far open? It's difficult. I can't call it. I don't think the thing is. I think Martial and Fernandes are fine, and then you've got Greenwood for value anyway. So unless you've got more spare transfers, I would just probably roll with it. Matthew Chan, thank you very much. Aubameyang's golden boot ambition overlooked? No, don't think so. But I mean, we already knew he could get the golden boot, and then 2 game weeks ago he was rested because of the FA Cup. So there's going to be changes for Arsenal today. Whether or not it's him or not, I don't know. Thanks for the stream. Learned lots about FPL and Kiwis. If anything from this season, if people have learned, is that you can eat Kiwis with the skin on. That's the most important thing to take away from all from all my streams today. My voice is going to be gone by the end of the day. Is the off season even going to last more than a week? No, that's a good point because the Premier League's back on September 12th, and if you think FPL is usually up 4 to 6 weeks before the season starts. So it could be like down and back up, like straight away almost. So it's going to be crazy. But yeah, still stuff to be doing even while FPL's not up. Kunal, thanks very much. Size to Robbo or De Bruyne to Salah. You can only do one. I think if you're going to captain Salah, do that one. If you're not, go to Robbo if he's going to start. Part 1 of the plan: don't get hacked. Yes. There's three things you can take away from this stream. 1, purple clubs are the best clubs. No debate to be had. 2, passwords are important. Make sure they're not easily hackable. And 3, Kiwis with the skin on. Do it. Afrex Rum. Ings and Robertson to Kane and Barsley. Doubt Ings will score. Why do you doubt Ings will score? I'm not saying don't do it. Like, especially if Robertson doesn't play for some reason. I like Kane as an option this week, but I do like Ings still as well. Summer, thanks very much. Thanks for the content. Captain Mahrez or Jesus or Pulisic or Martial or Fernandes. That's lots of ors. You think United will go for it today? And that's the thing. If you think that's going to happen, do it. You don't need to get me to tell you. Like, just because I don't want to do something. Like, someone made a really good. I love the comment. Right, it genuinely made me laugh. It basically said, "I've got a really good rank because I've listened to you and not copied you." Basically. I really like that. It means sometimes I'm talking sense. I just don't necessarily take that for myself. So I would probably avoid captain the Man United player, but there's absolutely no reason why they couldn't put 2 or 3 past Leicester on in the right circumstances. Out of those ones, though, if they all start, I like Mahrez or JC. I mean, it's Man City against Norwich. Probably Mahrez, to be honest. I feel like Mahrez is due one. The best thing you learned on the stream was the Kiwis. Nick, thanks for all the streams this week. My best season yet. Congratulations, Nick. Well played. I've had loads of messages, people saying they got their best rank, whether it's like 40k, 70k, whatever. So fair play. You know, next year you can go one better again. Dara, that was your comment. And because I live in Ireland, I know it's pronounced Dara. Dara? No, Dara. It is Dara, isn't it? When I said that out loud, I suddenly started saying it wrong. I think your love for Man United has both helped and hindered you at times. Yeah, but I think that's not going to stop. Like, people seem to get really. I know you don't, Adam, but people seem to get really annoyed by that. Like, the part of doing YouTube videos is to like it be entertaining and fun. And like, I'll tell you now, if Maguire scores today, you just watch how many people message me because that would be the first thing they think of. If he scores an own goal, it'd be the same thing. But like, I'm not sat here telling people to get Maguire in. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not biased enough to say that Man United options are the best options all the time. But yeah, I like him. I'm going to keep Maguire for that reason. Think of the story if he scores last day of the season. I would even take, even with Martial and Fernandes in my team, I will take a 1-0 win. Maguire, 93rd minute header in a 1-0 win. Champions League, 15 points for my team. Job done. Greg Lee, Ziyech is Ziyech, but I've got it. It's Ziyech. That's how you pronounce that. Ziyech or Werner. Oh, look at me go. Think how far I've come now. Ziyech and Werner, or Werner for next season. I don't know. Like, the thing with thinking about next season already is you need to know prices and you need to know fixtures. So I'm going to be honest. I don't know a huge lot about those two. From what I've kind of read a little bit, I think I prefer Werner, but I would have to do a lot more research to give you a proper answer on that, to be honest. There's no confirmed news for anything. We're just less than an hour to go. Do not forget to have your benches in the proper order, by the way. Check your captaincies. Nick Hill, thanks very much. Thoughts about removing Ings? Don't like it. As a general rule, I don't like removing Ings, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it in certain situations. Thoughts about removing Ings, Jimenez, and Salah to bring in Kane, Aubameyang, Richarlison to go for differential options. If you really need differential options, go for it. If you've got the feeling they're all going to do better, go for it. Personally, I think Salah and Ings are really good this week. But yes, they are quite highly owned. Jimenez, I could take or leave Jimenez. I think there's probably more important transfers out than Jimenez for most people's teams, but not everyone. And I think Chelsea defence is so bad, you can get points today. So if you really want differentials and you think those players are good, go for it. That's it. Yeah, I think any kind of team review, like fake team news, you're just going to mute people, or just get rid of them. To be honest, there's no need for it. Cheers, Anthony. Yeah, there'll be a short break. There's a couple of videos I want to do, but I say every season I'm going to do a stream tonight, and I know what's going to come. People are going to say, "Are you going to do any videos during the off season?" I'm going to say, "There's some stuff I'd like to do," and then I won't do it because I'll just take the break. But there is a few things I'd like to do. One of which is like creating FPL content. I want to do a Q&A on that because everyone asks me every single season. I'm about to start a YouTube channel. I've got this question, this question, this question. And it'd be so much easier just to have a video to point them to than just answer the same question over and over again. Linus, thanks very much. Hope I pronounced that right. Thanks for all the good work all the season. Robertson has 14 touches in the box versus Trent with 3. Is that in the last 4 game weeks or something, I guess? Is he being overlooked, especially with Trent started out? So Robertson's has, I can't remember exactly what the stats are, but he has had slightly better stats than Trent in the last kind of 4 weeks. I think he's had quite a few. He's had a few returns as well. But unless you know for sure that Trent's not playing, there's no reason to swap. Like we saw it last week. Trent can easily rack up a big score. Touches in the box are not necessarily the be all and end all either, especially when you think that he's on free kicks and corners and stuff like that. Robertson obviously takes some as well, but. I don't necessarily think that Trent to Robertson's a good move unless, of course, yes, you find out Trent's not starting and Robertson is. Then that's a bit different. But thanks very much for that. Gorav, thanks very much. If we get team news that Nketiah starts, does he start ahead of Greenwood? I don't know what to make of Nketiah. I've got him and I don't rate him as an FPL option at all. I think I'd probably rather play Greenwood. I know what you're saying though. Watford at home is probably better than Leicester away. I think it would depend. If Nketiah lines up through the middle with Aubameyang and then like another winger on the right, then I might be interested. But last week they played Nketiah, Lacazette and Aubameyang. There wasn't enough creativity in that team. So that would put me off. So I think it would depend on the lineup, but I'd be swinging towards Greenwood. That's without any Man United bias. So I don't actually think Greenwood's a huge option anyway. Team news for Man United is out on Twitter. Is it though? Is it? If anyone sees anything legit, make sure to tag me in it. I will try and check Twitter as I go. Yeah. I can't really... Ooh. So I just saw some cricket shot. Where's the chat gone? Where's the chat gone? It's here. If we get team news, yeah, we've done that. -4 Manprick, thanks very much. A -4 hit for Pulisic and Kane captain for Rashford and Bruno. If you're really sure on, I think anything where you're going to take a hit and bring in a player to captain, I think it's fine if you're absolutely sure that's the best captain for you this week. So yeah, I quite like it. Don't be surprised if that burns you though. That's what I would say. And I'm not trying to put you off, but obviously we know Rashford and Bruno can do well. I have Calvert-Lewin stinking up my third striker spot, but Bournemouth look inviting. But Neil's team news thinks Keane could start. Yeah, you'd have to go and check the scout articles, but there's basically a quote from Ancelotti that makes it sound like Keane might start, which is what's put him off putting Calvert-Lewin in. So yeah, if Calvert-Lewin starts, I know he hasn't scored, has he, since restart? But Bournemouth is about as good as it's going to get for him. A Bournemouth team that I think Bournemouth have to win, right? I think they're the only. Out of Watford, them and Villa, I think they're the only team that have to win to stand a chance of going up or staying up. Whereas Villa, there are ways that Villa and Watford can stay up without winning. So yeah, you might have to get rid of him if you're currently having to start. But we're gonna have to see if we get team news. I just don't know. I mean, that might not be. I don't think that's Ancelotti saying yes, 100% Keane will start. But it was a quote made, which I can't remember, to be completely honest, what it was. Anyhow, thanks very much. Best source for team news, Rockstar has gone private. Rockstar's already said, by the way, that he's not doing any team news today. So even though he's gone private, obviously if he said something, loads of people would tweet it anyway. I'm not expecting team news today, to be honest. Like, you might get it from a journalist, but there's not a specific journalist I would point people to because I just don't know. But there'll be certain people, if you see their tweets, that yeah, they could be good. This cat has been reliable in the past few nights. Yeah, it sounds like it does look like Brandon Williams is probably going to start again. Someone's just tagged me in a tweet. Otherwise, it's pretty much sorry, it's pretty much the same United team. I mean, Brandon Williams. I don't know if I'd really want to play him. I could get him, but as a free hit option. Hang on. Sorry, Ben B Bolton Wanderers. I guess that is a 51-point lead in my win leagues, £150, enough to take a -8. Mane, Foden, Trent to Sterling, Mahrez, Nico, providing they both start. Thanks to the streams. I mean, 51 points is so... If there's no chips involved, 51 points is so hard to overhaul in one game week. It's possible, but if your teams are very similar, it's not very likely at all. So if you think about it, a -8, if you're trying to block or something, a -8, or even if you're just trying to go differential, a -8 takes it down to 43 points. It's so unlikely you'd be beaten, and if it makes your team stronger, then just go for it. What am I saying? If mini league's like the only concern, you know, when does FPL launch? I don't know. Let's get this one over with first, you know. Sir Hunchington Widget, what a great name. What three do I play out of? Ings, Jimenez, Jesus, and Martial. So Jesus definitely, Ings definitely, and then Martial, Jimenez, Martial, just about. But I don't like benching Jimenez. Let me just say that. Ian C, thanks very much. Should you start Wood or Greenwood? I'd probably start Chris Wood, I think. Would you, especially if you've got other Man United players? Who would you captain? Salah, Mahrez, De Bruyne. I still like Salah. The only thing I would say about any Salah captains is what if they change the team? What if Klopp changes the team around a bit, and that doesn't help the rest of the team? I'm not saying Salah will be benched, but other players could be. So I like Mahrez as differential, but I still think Salah's probably the best option. Adam, you feel hurt. Why do you feel hurt? What have I done? What have I said? What did I say? You have to tell me. I have to see if I can spot your name. You say that Chelsea has a terrible defence, but their home form is actually quite good. Out of 18 games, they've only conceded 16 goals. Wow, okay. Fair enough. Same as Liverpool and less than Man United. If that's true, I'll hold my hands up. Look, I'm holding them up. You can't really see them properly, but I am holding them up. Fair play if that's true. Fair play. That's a great stat if it is true. I don't know. I still don't really back Chelsea defence, but that's a nice stat. Andrew Burchett, thanks very much. Should I transfer in Mahrez for Martial for triple Man City, De Bruyne, Foden, or Mahrez for De Bruyne and Son for Martial for -4? Start Foden or Greenwood. I think I'd start Greenwood without team sheets. Mahrez in for Martial. I quite like, again, if Martial starts, I think Martial's better. I think Mahrez is a better option than Martial if he starts. I don't necessarily like that hit personally, but obviously that's up to you. Press don't get team news until 75 minutes before the deadline, do they? No, 15 minutes before the deadline, right? Actually, they might get it earlier than that. I'm looking for Adam's message. I don't know how I've hurt him. I don't know if mods are on the same 90 seconds stream chat delay. I don't think they are. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. By the way, let's get to 1,000 likes. We're nearly on 700 likes already. Let's get to 1,000. There's like 4,600 of you watching. This is the time, you know. 4 points behind second, £60. -8 for Sterling, captain, and Mahrez. I mean, a lot of that obviously depends on whether you think the person above you is going to get Sterling, because otherwise you're taking an 8-point hit to get the same captain as them. If you're behind, you might have to go a bit different. But with 4 points, you don't have to go massively different. So if you don't think they're going to get Sterling or something like that, then yeah, go for it. I need to just quickly hang on a second. Mahrez and Kane, or Son and Jesus. Mahrez and Kane, I think. Actually, now that's gambler's fallacy. Kane has hauled twice, so he won't haul for a third time. That's not necessarily true, is it? He could haul 3 times in a row. Imagine if we'd said that about Vardy earlier in the season, where he scored 7 times in a row, or whatever it was. He's not going to score the 8th, you know? Why do you only respond to... I've missed that message, I see it in the stream. Why do you only respond to Super Chat says with caps lock on? I can't not answer Super Chats, you know? Yeah, I don't... I think Mahrez and Kane is better than Son and Jesus as it stands, but there's no reason why the other one won't do better, you know? Slow down, people. I mean, we're on a... hang on, let me... what do we think? Do we think 120 seconds between messages is too much? Might just slow things down a little bit. 2 minutes between messages. I'm running out of water. Look at this. Not much left. Yes, we're on 1,000 likes. Well done. Well done. Thank you. Much appreciated. Absolutely insane. If you ask me why I only respond to certain messages and then do your whole message in a caps lock, that is not likely for me to answer any quicker. Hang on. Sorry, I don't have to respond to some messages because the Scoutcast stream is only like 40 minutes after I finish this one, so I'm not going to have much time to go and eat and get everything ready for that. De Bruyne or Kane triple captain. I feel like I'm going against De Bruyne quite a lot today, and it's probably wrong because in terms of assists and stuff, he could get double, he could take the next penalty. Who knows? Like all this talk about David Silva getting the next penalty, we're not necessarily true. So I think I prefer De Bruyne between him and Kane if they both start. Do you think... Oh, that's a lot of emojis. Do you think waiting until the last minute for team news will result in a mad rush for transfers and potentially crush? It could do, but I wouldn't worry about it. Aravind, thanks very much. See if I missed any others. 2 minutes is too long. Well, you just wasted a message saying that, so now you got to wait 2 minutes to put in another one. Currently in the top 20k and top of my mini league to win £300. Congratulations, Luke. Hopefully that happens for you. I'm a bit jealous of everyone that's in mini leagues like that, to be honest. I'm not really in any. The problem is, I can only really get in them with other people that are doing like FPL content and stuff, and they're all so good. You kind of want to be in with someone that you... Like, I used to win the work ones quite a lot. That was much better. Like, I won an Xbox when I used to work at EA. That was good. Brighton defence or Man United defence? I mean, Burnley don't score many goals, do they? So Dunk might be alright, for example, this week. But I think I'd probably still just about back the Man United defence, even though he's playing Vardy, or even though they are playing Vardy. How much time will I leave before I make my transfer? I don't know, 15 minutes or so before the end. I'm hoping for some news. I'm looking for it. I'm keeping an eye. I'm keeping an eye on Twitter. Keep an eye on Twitter. Lots of mouse clicking, I'm sorry. Sorry. Did I take any hits? No, but I'm not against it. I'm not against taking hits. You've spotted a game time pattern for Sterling, and this season he takes a break every 2 games he plays. Does he, though? Is that going to happen now? Do I care more about United making the top 4 or your FPL doing well this week? I mean, my FPL team's not going to do well. It doesn't really matter what my FPL team does this week, so Man United for sure. I've answered this question loads of times before, though. People ask me, a Man United league victory or number 1 in FPL. It's a bit different now because Man United haven't won the league for so long. But number 1 in FPL, for something I do hours on hours of my life every single week, I take the number 1. I know people don't like hearing that. I think a lot of people do actually think like that. They don't like saying it, by the way. I don't have any sources. I think people think I've got all these sources. I don't have loads of sources. I mean, I have loads of sources on my chips, but not on Twitter for team news. So I'm not holding anything back. I don't like. No one's tweeting me and privately with team news. I just don't have anything. I'm waiting for Twitter like the rest of you. So I'm just trying to keep an eye out for it. Honestly, for anyone, here's my... So I know there's accounts popping up on Twitter now. I would not trust any account that's been set up today that says they have team news. Honestly. Do not fall for it. I'm not saying 100% they're not the original people, but if you could get burnt. Like anyone could set up a Twitter account with exactly the same graphics that everyone else used to use and say that they're that account. Don't fall for it, honestly. Oh, wow, how harsh. Keeps hair loss treatment is sponsoring a lot of YouTube videos this month. Just saying. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Aubameyang to Kane for free. Aubameyang to Kane for free. Or Aubameyang and Foden to Greenwood and Sterling. I mean, that depends. Do you want to captain Sterling? Because if you do, I'd go that way. If not, I quite like the Kane one, to be honest. I don't think... I wouldn't be expecting anything from Rockstar today. I think he said it. I don't think he'll do anything. Cheers, Des. We will be back for 2020, 2021. Yeah. Yeah, do not trust anyone. Trust no one. Don't even trust me. Definitely don't trust me instead. The only thing we can hope for is some journalists. That's what we need. Some journalists. Come on, journalists. Andy Carr, thanks very much. Salah and Martial or De Bruyne and Son. Ooh. Salah and Martial. But if you want to go a bit different, I'd maybe go Antonio or David Silva instead of Martial. Maybe, just about. Does Richarlison over Martial sound like a decent idea? I think Neil on Breakfast Club on Saturday put it best. Like, Richarlison's stats are rubbish. Honestly, they're so bad for the last 4 games. But it's Bournemouth who like to ship goals, and it's the last game of the season. Bournemouth might absolutely have to go for it at some point. Why not just throw it out of the window and just put Richarlison as a big punt? It could happen. Richarlison is probably my favourite kind of, what the hell, it's the last game week, I'm going to take a punt on a midfielder punt. In Baines we trust. I've not trusted in Baines for a long time. I do have on my to-do list, get a frame for the Baines-Coleman team sheet that I have lying around. Having no Chelsea is a mistake. Why is it a mistake? Why is it a mistake having no Chelsea? By the way, I do realise with a 2-minute delay on, when I answer a question and then like we're almost asking a question and waiting for the answer, you can't reply to me straight away. City's last game before Madrid, I expect their strongest squad. I do to a certain extent, yes, but I guess at the same time, you don't want any of the players to get injured. I mean, look what Norwich did to Burnley with some of those tackles, like with Buendia and Dermich. You know, I know Buendia's elbow was not very tough, but still, it was a stupid thing to do. Maybe they'll do that to some of the City players. I missed your other part of that question, though, didn't I? You asked me a question, and I've lost it in the chat. Oh, wait, there it is. Vardy to Ings. Look, I'm going to stay consistent with Vardy. I've not liked him for the last few weeks. Every time someone's asked me would I transfer him out, I said yes. I still prefer Ings to Vardy this week. Whether or not that's the best transfer to do for your team, obviously only you can decide that. But personally, yes, I prefer Ings, to be honest. Having no Brighton is a mistake. Honestly, I know, like, It's just one of those things. People look at your team and they see that you haven't got a player they like, and then they just say that player should be in your team. Or they'll see a player they don't like, and like, why have you got that player? As if like I've just got unlimited transfers each week. Like if I look at that team, I'm not thinking why haven't I got Chelsea players. I'm thinking why have I still got Seiss and Maguire? I mean, I know why I've got Maguire. I think actually, by the way, I think I made a mistake. Like in hindsight, I made a mistake last week. I mean, I'm still a bit bitter that Antonio outscored Son from a bloody penalty. So I'm still annoyed about that. But either way, if I hadn't done Son, I could have made a defender transfer last week, got a Burnley defender in, ready for this week. And then I would still have 2 free transfers, but I'd have a better defence. So I think I made a little bit of a mistake there. But it's hard to say that when Antonio stepped up for his first penalty in 388 games. And yes, that's right, I couldn't get through this stream without mentioning it. What team sheet is that? Rebanes/Coleman. It's not really a long story. Someone in the chat basically Adam had early team news, and he told me Baines was starting, all legit. And then they must have changed the team sheet or whatever before the lineup, and I had him in my team and he didn't start basically. So because he was at the game, he got Coleman and Baines to sign the team sheet for me. So it's all a bit of a joke basically, but it's legit. And when am I doing a podcast? You mean on my own channel? I've thought about that, but I'd have to stop the streams. There's no point in doing the streams and then a podcast. Word of advice, do not do your last minute transfers on the app, do it on the browser. I mean, I never use the app. All I see is people saying there's issues with the app all the time. My missus uses it. It always seems really slow. So I just don't use it. I'm still not seeing any team news. I mean, it's still a bit early. In about 5 or so minutes, 5 to 20 minutes, we might start getting something. But we could just get nothing for the whole time. We could just get nothing this whole time. Make the streams a podcast. Yeah, I could do. I've done that before. I like, to be honest, without getting, this probably isn't the right time to get into this, but I'm kind of the opinion, if I do a podcast, I want to do a podcast. I don't want to do a stream that I turn into a podcast. It's not really a good podcast, you know? Like, I think the shorter videos are okay. The streams can be a bit all over the place, which I don't mind. That's kind of how they're set up to be, but there's no, I don't know, I feel like I'd need like a bit of an agenda each stream. Jeff, thanks very much. On bench boost with poor bench. Focus 2 free transfers on cheap playing defenders or covering Salah to protect a 15-point mini lead. I mean, a bench boost should be enough, right? Depending on the rest of your team. If the rest of the team's fine, I'd maybe go for cheap defenders if you think they're going to get a clean sheet. Like if you can get, I don't know, let's say Burnley kept a clean sheet or something. That's pretty good bench options. Where do I... Yeah, everyone's asking me, where am I checking on Twitter? I'm just checking Twitter. I'm just checking my timeline. Because as soon as there's news, someone will tweet it. It'll be everywhere. Trust me. One person tweets it, everyone on FPL Twitter will tweet it. Simple as that. 33-point lead. Should I take a -4 for Pulisic to David Silva and Vardy to Kane? Again, same thing as always with -4s. They can pay off in 1 week. Sometimes they don't. I think the 2 players you're bringing in look better. You're leading by 60 points in your mini league. You have a free hit remaining. What's the best strategy? Pick a free hit team you think is going to score the most points this week. You're 60 points ahead. The chance of you screwing that up, very, very unlikely. What do I think of the chances? The percentage of Fernandes popping off today. I'm not going to give a percentage. United with a penalty and Bruno taking it. I was thinking about this earlier when I was walking the dog. That's the one thing about having 2 penalty takers. You think, like, what if we got a last minute penalty today? You kind of want a dedicated penalty taker to step up and do it. Oh, who's going to take it, Rashford or Fernandes? You don't want that not from an FPL point of view, from just a Man United point of view. Lose De Bruyne and Mahrez, bring in Pogba and the best player in the league, set Maximin. I don't think so. Who's taking the penalty? We just don't know, do we? If Man United do get one. I tell you now, if there's any leaks or any kind of news, I will be sure to tell you. I'm feeling quite calm, even though I know I've got 2 transfers to make, and I don't 100% know what I'm doing with them. What I'm really hoping for is Trent to be benched, and we find out. Carlsberg or Heineken, thanks for all the content. Thanks very much, David. Heineken, but I mean, ideally neither. The lineups are out on LiveScore. There's no way LiveScore has all the lineups. Yeah, the Leicester team news is probably correct, but I mean Leicester's like one of the there's a few teams we just don't care about. We know what the Burnley team's going to be. We just don't care. Who cares what the Leicester team is really? It's still nice to get that info, but they're not the it's not the teams we want, is it? We want Man City, we want Liverpool basically. Best pub in Galway, the Oslo is my favourite pub. That's where I would go. Kane or Aubameyang? I prefer Kane. I've said that for the last couple of weeks. Who to bench? Ings or Greenwood? Greenwood, I think. I suppose Spurs team news would be okay. Okay-ish. The only teams we really need are Man City and Liverpool. I mean, that is absolutely true. That's the two I really want. Mostly because I'm kind of thinking most of my other players will just start as normal. I'm not... Stop spamming LiveScore. I'm not checking LiveScore for team news. They're not going to have it ahead of everyone else. Not confirmed, anyway. Easy for you. McCarthy and Maguire to Pope and Peters. Nah. I mean, I could do that. I could do that and just keep the rest of my team. I've thought about that, by the way. Just making... I probably wouldn't get rid of McCarthy, though. I don't think that's worth a transfer to Pope, to be honest. I could do Seiss to a Burnley defender. I've thought about that, by the way. Doing Seiss to a Burnley defender. But then I've got... where else do I use my second transfer? Do I burn a transfer in the last game week of the season? Seems a bit crazy, you know? As far as promoted Championship FPL assets, early thoughts on League. I got to be honest, I got no clue about any of the promoted teams that are coming up. I said that on the last stream. Absolutely no clue about them. So a lot of it will depend on fixtures, will depend on price. It's way too early to be talking about differentials. If they get priced well and everyone wants them, then everyone will have them and they won't be differentials, you know? So I would just wait. Bench Fernandes or Greenwood? I'd be benching Greenwood for sure. But I know what you're like, Mr. G Wiz. I know now you're gonna bench Fernandes. That's just what you do. There is ACC lineups. Is that accurate lineups? Stefan, thanks very much. Thanks for a great season. First time ever in 100k and 100 plus points ahead in your company mid league. Nice. Congratulations. 100 points. I mean, you're done. You are done. West Ham, there is one change to the team. It's probably going to be Masuaku, though, isn't it? Because Cresswell's injured. Again, West Ham news, not really the one we need, right? It'd be nice. It's nice to get it, but that's not really what we want. I see so many I get so many inbox messages. I get on my Facebook is linked to my Instagram account. Kind of anyway. So many messages. Rate my teams mostly. You're actually benching Greenwood. There we go. Is all these Man City tweets about David Silva an indicator that he will start? I think, look, without knowing for sure, I think most of us expect David Silva to start, you know? Bring in Pulisic or Antonio. I still prefer Antonio. Again, I've said that for a while, you know? There's nothing new about that, to be honest. Where is... yeah, Trent not playing is just a rumor right now. There's no guarantee. See, there's still. I'm going to be checking Twitter a lot now. Which on free hit? Ings, Dunk, or Greenwood, Robbo? Greenwood and Robbo, I think, if they both start. Did you say what you'd do if you learned no Sterling? I didn't know. I might just make 2 defender changes. There's a part of me that wants to captain Mahrez. Kind of put my money where my mouth is type thing. Yeah, we've got the Leicester team news, but again, who cares? Come on, Liverpool. Someone get us the Liverpool and Man City. We've got 28 minutes. Make sure your captaincy is in place. Make sure your bench is in place. The new Scarface account is almost certainly fake. Yes, I won't be trusted it anyway. Andy Carroll or Solanke. I'm not sure I'd go for either. David Silva on penalties. Everyone's saying he's on penalties. Yeah, I think everyone's expecting him to get a hat trick of penalties. Oh my god, if Man City and Liverpool rotate their teams and Sterling / De Bruyne and Salah Mane don't start, I mean, that's not going to happen, but I get what you're saying. Who would be your next captain choice? Probably Jesus or Mahrez. If I know that for sure they're going to start. It's always about that. If I know for sure they're going to start. This is by far the most people we've ever had in a stream, by the way. 5,600 people watching is absolutely insane. Let's go for 2,000 likes before the stream ends. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe as well, by the way, if you're new around here. I know there's none of this season left to go, but there'll be a stream tonight once all the games are finished, and there'll probably be 1 or 2 videos next season as well. Is it worth punting on Salah? Takes so much money. I mean, maybe. It depends how many hits you can get him in. I mean, Salah's not a punt. Salah's not a punt. He's a great player that scores a lot of points. So I like him if he starts, which I think he will, but I don't know for sure. But it depends how many hits it's going to take, you know? So there is someone saying that De Bruyne, David Silva, Sterling, Mahrez and Jesus all start. I don't know if that person, this FPL subscribe, has got the team news right before for Man City, but I can't say if that's definite. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm expecting anyway. De Bruyne, David Silva, Sterling, Mahrez and Jesus all to start. That is basically what I'm expecting. So we shall see. We shall see. If that does happen, and there's no news on Trent, I think I'm just going to go De Bruyne to Sterling and captain him. And I'm probably going to fund that with Fernandes out to Antonio. Which is a bit boring, but probably what I'm going to do. If we hear that Trent's not starting though, that is completely different. Wow, we did get like 600 likes in 30 seconds. It's insane. Do a quick fire Q&A. I can't. My voice is going, by the way. My throat is hurting. I have to stream for another 2 hours and 20 minutes for all the matches later. Have De Bruyne. Oh, nightmare, this one. VTMPI Soccer, how is it going? You've got De Bruyne, David Silva, Martial, Bruno, Jesus, Ings, Aubameyang. Defense is Trent, Wan-Bissaka, Doherty. 1 free transfer, Doherty or Wan-Bissaka to Aurier. I'd probably keep Doherty out of those two, personally. Bruno to Sterling or Rashford to Jesus. Are you going to captain over them? I prefer Sterling captain, if so. Probably better either way. Have a swig of brandy. I can. I had beers last night. I wasn't going to drink last night because I thought I've got to be fresh for all the streams today. So I had a few, but I had very low strength ones. I basically started off with a 5%, then 2 4.8%, then a 4.1, and then 3 3.8s. Then I was done. I'm done with water now as well. Absolute nightmare. Can't just step away for another 24 minutes till we see the team news. I can't wait. I cannot wait. There is still no good team news. Apart from that Man City one. Oh, where's the Liverpool news? The Liverpool news is what we need. Antonio captain, nice. I think Sterling Antonio in makes sense. It does leave my defence a bit rubbish. I might even take a hit. I don't know, do size to a Burnley defender or something. I don't know. Salah over Mane. I probably would go for him. I mean, on a single game week shootout, of course Mane can outscore Salah, but right now Salah is my preferred option for sure. Yeah, Leicester team news is out if anyone cares. Oh, my chat is frozen. Hang on. Not the City team news is basically that all the main boys start. Not Foden, but David Silva, Mahrez, etc. Hang on, I need to get the chat back up. The one that I'm using to see. I'm just tweeting out to get more people in the stream. Sorry, I'm back to it. I'm sorry. I've missed a super chat. Yeah, CT News is basically that all the main boys start. David Silva, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Jesus, Sterling, which we thought would happen anyway. Carlos E. It's final day of the season. Have a good one. Thanks very much. I will take a hit. Salah out, Sterling for captain. Again, like if you're sure that Sterling's the better captain, but just be prepared that Salah does just as well as Sterling. And obviously, you've used a -4 to do it. My missus was thinking about doing the same thing. In the end, she did Fernandes and I can't remember what she did now. But she kept Salah and got Sterling anyway. Sean Bingham, thanks very much. 111 points last week with bench boost. That is huge. Thinking Fernandes to Son, Doherty to Tierney for a hit. Oh, I don't know about a hit for that. Again, if you're absolutely sure Son is a much better option than Fernandes, go for it. But I don't know about that. I quite like Tierney. Probably one for next year for me. Doherty against Chelsea is tough, but Wolves are pretty tight and he can get attacking points. But you just got 111 points in your bench boost, so maybe don't listen to me. My captain is Sterling if I bring him in. Unless I go Mahrez last minute. It's a tempter. Got 21 minutes to decide. I'm feeling a little bit too calm. Maybe that's because I'm expecting to get team news. Or hoping to get team news. Let me see. Trent and DCL to Peters and Kane. I quite like those moves. Thanks very much, Gavin, by the way. Quite like those moves. We know what Trent can do on his day, though, you know? He can punish. Do I shield with a -4 on a 14-point mini league? Do I shield with a -4 on a 14-point league to bring Mahrez in for Martial? Only if you think Mahrez is better than Martial. Otherwise, keep your 4 points. If that's the only player that's different, then I guess go for it. But remember that other person's has got transfers as well. And they might do something different. So just consider that, to be honest. Excuse me. Make sure you hit that like button, by the way. We need to hit... I mean, I want more than 2,000 now, but let's hit 2,000 at least. Come on. There's plenty of you watching. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you're new around here as well. Is there a possibility that Sterling doesn't start? I mean, there is a possibility that anyone doesn't start, right? But I don't think Sterling is gonna start. Not start, to be honest. Jesus out, Kane in. I don't like Jesus out. I know everyone's loving Kane this week, but you've got to think the Man City are going to do well no matter which players start, you know, or the players that start. And he would know if Michu is starting back in 2010 or whatever it was. Might do, yeah. I'm a bit worried that the FPL site will go down. It has done that before. Has anyone been playing long enough? They remember when it went down in Game Week 1 and we got a free wild card in Game Week 2. Imagine if that happened now. Imagine if that happened now. Twitter would go in full meltdown mode. Hello from Singapore. Hello from Ireland. How is it going? Come on, Liverpool lineup. That's all I want. I don't even want the whole Liverpool lineup. I just want to know if Trent's starting or not. 19 minutes. If not, I'm just going to go boring and get Sterling in. But that's so boring. I don't want to do that. I want to do Trent and Nico Williams. I'm going to bring Sterling in and De Bruyne is going to go nuts. Jack Hansen, thanks very much. Salah to Sterling, Antonio for a -4. No, I don't know about this Salah out for a -4 to get Sterling. Again, like if you think he's the best captain option this week, then go for it. And arguably he is. From Scarface isn't on Twitter. Don't believe any in your accounts that say they're Scarface. Who's your captain right now? It's gonna be Sterling or Salah, I think. Basically, the lineups are not. Why do people keep telling me that? Right, I'm going to live score. Oh, Taith Chong's here with the Man United squad. I don't think he's going to be starting this somehow. Live score might. Where are the lineups? I don't see them. Okay, they have the lineups, but surely that is not legit. Surely those lineups are not legit from live score, because where would they get them from? Why would they have them and no one else? That's just predicted, surely. Surely that's just predicted, I think. There's no way that live score suddenly have all the lineups and no one has thought about that before, you know? Live score is last week's lineups. There you go. There we go. There's no way they suddenly have them and no one else does, you know? Is Jared Bowen playing? He should be. There is a guy called ex-West Ham employee that said there's one change for West Ham, so it's probably going to be Bowen out or Cresswell out, but I think Bowen was in training, so I think you'll be pretty safe if you own him. They don't update them until they're confirmed. There you go. Live score's not real. There we go. I mean, I have been saying that all stream. I don't even know I went to look, to be honest. Oh, why is there multiple people are tweeting out the City news? I don't care now. We've got the City news. Let's get the next one. Nice to see no panicking. I'm not panicking just yet. A bit worried about having Sice, Maguire and Trent as my three at the back. Only 16 minutes to go. What I will say is, if you're going to get any kind of news, now is like 15 minutes before the deadline is when the media and stuff will probably start getting the news. So there we might see. This is when we're really going to see something different. Wan-Bissaka to Trent on a hit. Nah, I don't think so. I mean, Trent's great, but let's see. Let's see if he starts. Thanks for all the videos this season. Here's a little for the beer fund. Thanks very much, Tom. Much appreciated. Sasha, thanks very much. Tony Barsley Martinez for Greenwood, Trent and Pope. No, I don't know which ones you're getting rid of and which ones you're bringing in, but I don't like it either way, personally. You don't have Salah in your team. I do not. 7K watching. There is. That's absolutely insane. Keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that subscribe button. Plenty more content to come. Yeah, the Man City news is about as I expected anyway. I don't really care about the defence. Anuraj, thanks very much. The City team news is all over Twitter. I keep saying it. It's basically what I said before. No one cares about the defence, I guess, for the most part. De Bruyne, Fernandinho, David Silva, Mahrez, Jesus and Sterling. Apparently that's what it is. We don't know for sure. But if it is, that's huge points potential for all of them. Oh, God, excuse me. Where is this? Yeah, I'm not doing the City news anymore. I've just said it like a million times. I kind of. There's a part of me that wants to captain Mahrez. He's due one, you know. He's due one. If we keep hitting the subscribe button, we'll unsubscribe you. Don't do that. Don't do that. What transfer are you thinking about making, Anthony? I guess you mean Andrew or Andy. I'm thinking about doing Sterling in for De Bruyne and captaining him, but who knows? I got no other team news. I don't have anything. I don't have any secret sources or anything like that. Oh, I got cramp in my foot. Oh, it's not going to go away. Oh, ouch. Sorry. Everyone get cramp in the bottom of their foot every now and again. Absolutely kills. De Bruyne, Mahrez, Sterling, Silva. I don't know about that. Nah, I think Mahrez is a better option than Silva potentially, and De Bruyne could match Sterling potentially as well. I don't know about using two transfers on that. Emu Show, how's it going? I'm 14 ahead in my min league. The guy has Pulisic and Mahrez, while I have Willian and De Bruyne. Would you do a -4 for this? Or should you get players he doesn't own? I mean, I don't know about bringing in... Oh, you have Willian and De Bruyne. He has Pulisic and Mahrez. I mean, I do think Pulisic and Mahrez are the two better... Well, I would maybe just change Willian for free to someone and keep De Bruyne, to be honest. Do like Willian to Antonio or something, maybe. Keep the 4 points. You get cramping your left calf quite regularly. I used to get that all the time when I was younger. I don't get it anymore, luckily. Yeah, no, I should get up. It's because I was streaming I didn't. But, yeah, anyway, it's gone now. That's all the excitement. To Oppo, thanks for your insights past season. Thanks very much. Predicted, yeah, West Ham. So it does look like Bowen's going to play, for anyone that was worried about them. For anyone that was worried about him. Aziz, thanks very much. Fernandez to Sterling, captain for -4, or Vardy to Ings for free. It depends who your other captain is, but I quite like the Fernandez to Sterling captain for -4. No one's got team news apart from that Man City lineup, which we've said a million times now. And obviously there's West Ham and there's Leicester, but who cares about that? It's not what we want. I don't know if we're going to get the Liverpool news. I'm going to have to... on my other... I've got another screen. I'm gonna line up my transfers. I'll show you on this one. Sterling and Fernandez. I'm falling out of love with it, to be honest. I mean, I could do... Oh, he went up to 12, didn't he? Maguire out. And I keep Fernandez. I could do this. Maybe. Sterling in for De Bruyne and Branthwaite in for Harry Maguire. But I don't like that. Who and when did you use your triple captain? Mane, Gameweek 24, went rubbish. Liverpool team news is what I would really like, honestly. I really want to know if Trent's playing or not. If he's not, the thing is, we know how good Trent can be. Not sure what to do. Mahrez in a 4.3 million mid or David Silva in a 5.4. I mean, there isn't many 4.3 million mids. If it's just for the bench, though, then I won't worry. But in terms of a playing midfielder, there's almost none at like 4.3, I don't think. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. I mean, we could just get to 3,000 at this point. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, it'd be much, much, much appreciated. Basically for the next 10 minutes, I'm just going to be checking Twitter. Oh, here we go. Right, so again, I'm not saying this is 100% definite, but someone said to me earlier, this guy is usually good for Liverpool team news, and I followed him. Surely that's not right. He's saying that there's no Mane, no Salah, no Trent. He's saying Alisson, Nico Williams, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Milner captain, Wijnaldum, Keita, Minamino, Origi, and Ox. Someone told me earlier about this account, and they said this is one of the reliable Liverpool. Oh, my missus did transfers earlier. Oh, she's kept Salah and got Sterling in. Oh, she's gonna hate that. She's going to hate that. Surely that's not right. Hang on. This is crazy. Oh, sugar. Hang on. I don't know if that's real or not. I cannot believe Salah's not starting. This is why you don't make early transfers, by the way. Wow. Oh, my missus is going to go nuts. She really wanted to do Salah. Oh, she's going to kill me. She really wanted to do Salah to Sterling. I kept saying Salah's going to start, so she went for a different move. I need to get my... Hang on. I need to... this is a bad time to be streaming. Where is... Okay, I need to change my son's team. Because he's got Salah and Mane. Who the hell do we go for instead? We go for Mahrez, I think. that Facebook ping is my missus saying, "You what? You what?" I don't know who to put in his team now. I'm panicking. Do we think that's real? How long we got left? We've got 8 minutes left. I'm sorry. I'll be with you in just a second. I need to do my own transfers. I'm panicking a bit now. Can he afford Son? We'll put Son in. 5.6 million. Oh, that's not enough. That ain't enough. I hate doing this on the fly. 6 million midfielder. 6 million midfielder. It could be fake. I'm not saying 100% it's real, but I got told earlier that guy was legit. He said to me earlier. He didn't say it to me, sorry. He tweeted earlier. Let me see. I'm trying to find... Okay, so he said 3 hours ago. So this is when Scarface went down. He said 3 hours ago. This is FPL Physio. You know he's been in the chat quite a few times. For those wanting West Ham team news, follow ex-West Ham employee, which we know is good. Liverpool-wise, sometimes the COP HQ leaks the team early. Well, that is the guy that is saying all those players are not starting. Oh, man. Shit, WhatsApp is going nuts. Let me see who's messaging me. That can't be real. Okay. That can't be real, is it? Do I trust that though? Do I trust that? I'm trying to see if that's real or not. I don't know if it is. Yeah, everyone's saying usually spot on. I mean, that account has 100k followers, by the way. I'm making my decisions based on that tweet. Who's a 6 million mid I can get in for my son? 6 million. I can't think of anyone quick. Oh, Grealish is only 5.9 now. Okay, you can have Grealish. Wow, I'm not thinking about it anymore. It's not my team. He'll just be happy. Captain Sterling. Mahrez vice captain. He's got Kane in now. Job done. Happy days. Right. Back to my team. Okay. Hang on. Is anyone still watching the stream? Yeah, apparently there's quite a few of you watching. Thanks for watching that. So apparently the team is... this is apparently legit. Alisson, Nico Williams, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson. So mostly full strength back five, apart from Williams in for Trent. Milner, captain, Wijnaldum, Keita at the middle three. And then up front, Minamino, Origi and Ox. Salah and Mane, bench, potentially. I'm making my moves based on that. But who am I going to get in? I was going to get Salah in. Oh, this is going to really screw me up. 5 minutes. Okay, hang on. I need to do this first. Oh, for Christ's sake. I have so much money to spend now. I don't know what to do. I'm actually stuck now what to do. I can get Kane in for Ings. For free. Or do I just get Robertson in? And leave my midfield? Oh, I don't know what to do. I need Sterling, don't I? If I'm not captaining Salah, I have to captain Sterling. I have to captain Sterling. Or do I? Oh, I didn't consider a scenario when Salah didn't start. I've got 4 minutes to go. Do I really just have 2.2 million in the bank? I need to check my list. I'm panicking now. Bringing Sterling or Salah, Harry Kane. I'm tempted just to get Kane in for Ings and keep my Man City boys. I don't know who I captain then. Do I really trust Kane? What if that lineup's wrong, by the way? I've only got 3 minutes. Christ's sake, I have to hurry up. There's no one I really want. There's no one I really want up front, apart from Kane. I can't afford him. I'm really stuck. Aubameyang. I'm not interested in Aubameyang. I'm tempted just to not get Sterling. I'm tempted to not get Sterling, but then I'm just doing Ings to Kane because I can afford it. Is Kane actually a better option than Ings this week? Would I be surprised if Ings went mad? Do I just take a hit for someone else? Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm taking a hit. Oh, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. Oh, Robertson. I could get Van Dijk. Liverpool are going to get scored against, aren't they? Taking out De Bruyne when he's going for the assist record. Done. There you go. 2 minutes to go. Sterling is in and captain. I've just got rid of Kevin De Bruyne as part of a hit. And I've gone for double Liverpool defence. Just because I couldn't afford bloody Robertson. There we go. Oh my God. That was so stupid. I didn't consider a situation when Salah wasn't playing. Oh my days. If Trent now starts, that's going to be a nightmare. You know what's going to happen now? Burnley are going to keep a bloody clean sheet and Liverpool are going to concede in the first minute. I can't believe what I've just done. That is proper. I had so many scenarios as well. I had so many scenarios and I just didn't think Salah was going to get benched. That kind of screwed me up. Sterling captain. Let me just check that now before. Williams, Van Dijk. Nketiah on the bench. Egan on the bench. What if Kane goes nuts now? It's too late. That team is shocking. There's nothing shocking about that team. That Liverpool news better be... I mean, that Liverpool news is crazy. I'm just seeing if there's any more team news. Thanks very much for sticking with me while I was panicking, by the way. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the like button for the panic. I'm just thinking if I may... I don't know. It's done now. It's done. We're done. Let's get the team sheets. Sorry, that was a rubbish end of the stream, by the way. Man United, De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, Brandon Williams is playing, not Luke Shaw. Everyone else is the same. Matic, Pogba, Fernandes, Greenwood, Rashford, Martial. So absolutely going for it. West Ham, yeah, West Ham's whatever. It is Keane up front for Everton. It looks like they're playing 4-2-3-1 again. So Richarlison's on the left. The Liverpool news is correct. That's absolutely nuts. That was absolutely carnage. That Liverpool news is correct. Williams, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Milner, Wijnaldum, Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Minamino and Origi. I cannot believe it. Is Mahrez benched? No! No way! Bench for the third game in a row. I'm so glad I bought in. Oh, I could have transferred him out. Oh, Mahrez. Mahrez bench for the third game in a row is not cool. But at least I've got Sterling in now and Jesus. But I've taken out De Bruyne. That is going to hurt. I can't believe that. Hang on. Let me check the Arsenal team news. No Nketiah either. So it's Aubameyang, Lacazette and Pepe up front. Or in the front three. Nathan Miles, David Luiz, Holding and Tierney. Tierney is starting. Oh, Mahrez, you better bloody come on. You better come on. What other team sheets are there that we care about? That's probably it, isn't it? Kane, Son, Kane, Lucas Moura again. Aurier, yeah, normal back four basically. I cannot believe Salah is not starting. Salah and Mane. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Wow. I don't think there's any other. I don't think there's any other team news I'm going to go through right now. Mahrez is so frustrating. He's so frustrating. Three benches in a row. David Silva definitely a better option now. That's for sure. Look, the team news is wrong. That's frustrating too. Annoyingly, I had that guy blocked as well. I'm gonna have to block him again. I can't believe Foden starts instead. Danny Ings starts, McCarthy. Anyway, I'm going to have to shoot off because I'm streaming with Scout in like 37 minutes and I really need a drink. My my throat is killing. Thanks very much for watching. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's try and get it to 3,000 before you all log off. I will be back tonight around 8 o'clock probably for an end of season stream. Hopefully it's a green arrow. We'll have to wait and see. Mahrez was never going to start. Give over. He's been benched the last 2 games. He could still do well. It's against Norwich. Let's hope so. Good luck, everyone. It's the final game week. I will be back tonight. I'm going on Fantasy Football Scout at 3:40 to cover all the games live. And yeah, I will. I just realised I changed my son's team, I think, but I don't think I changed out. I can't remember who I changed out now. I don't know if I changed out Trent. But yeah, I'm off. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Much appreciated. That was thoroughly enjoyable, even with the mad panic at the end. And I will catch you for Fantasy Football Scout at 3:40, and then on this channel again at 8 o'clock for a deadline stream. And I'll see you later. Thanks very much, all. Good luck today. That was fun. Thanks for all the super chats. Thanks for all the likes, all the subscribers.